welcome back. I make the same video every year and now I'm in 4th year. So I'm just going to talk through, as usual, what's involved this year, what's different, what's same, and any tips and advice that I have. This year is actually very similar to 3rd year in the way that you do placement. So you have 4-week blocks for most of them, except the blocks differ this year with 1 or 2 that are the same. The same ones that you have are obs and gynae, pediatrics, and GP. Rest of them I'm pretty sure are new. So the new ones that you have is surgery C, so this includes pediatric ENT, plastics, max facs, and ophthalmology. You've also got psychiatry, medicine D, which has 2 weeks of palliative and 2 weeks of oncology. You have neuro and you have medicine C, which includes, I don't know how it's distributed yet because I've not completed that rotation, but you have renal, rheumatology, and geriatrics. I'm really enjoying this year. I am a bit nervous because the upper years, and from just what I've heard from my friends, this year is meant to be one of the toughest years in Liverpool. But then again, I heard that about 2nd year and I managed to get through and I don't think it was as bad as I thought. 3rd year is relatively more relaxed than all the years, apart from of course 1st year. So far, 4th year, touch wood, has been really good. I don't think it's as bad as people make it seem. I do think it's doable. Obviously all the lectures and a lot of the content is new, but a lot of it is the same as well. So what I've done so far, I got lucky. I started off with obs and gynae and peds, so it was a very slow start. I kind of knew a lot from 3rd year already. And after that I had psychiatry. I also loved my psychiatry placement. I think it might be an interest for me in the future, but I don't know yet. Speaking of hospitals, so the hospitals this year is a bit different than last year. Everyone gets placed in certain hospitals regardless of what group you're in. Let me explain what that means. So similar to 3rd year, you have groups, for example, A to G, I think it is. And within that group, for obs and gynae and peds, everyone is at the Liverpool Women's, for example, or Alderhay. Similar with neuro, everyone's at the Walton Centre. And for oncology, in the 2 weeks that you are, everyone's at Clatterbridge. The rotations, you will be spread out, I'm pretty sure. Oh, so for example, for surgery C, which I just finished now, everyone who has plastics will be at Wiston Hospital and ENT will be at Alderhay. The rest of the hospitals are all mixed up, so you could be in Warrington, you could be in Chester, you could be in Arrow Park, etc, etc. And if you haven't seen my last year's video, I have that on my page as well. Now, in terms of how I'm working through the content, I've been doing lectures as they go for each block. All the lectures are already released for everything because obviously everyone's doing a different rotation at a different time. I definitely recommend doing all the lectures before you start the rotation if you can, mainly because I actually don't feel like the lectures fully benefit you anyway. Say if you can't do the lectures, that's actually fine, but I would try and revise some of the rotation before, for example, on past med or using your Anki. But that being said, you do need to give yourself time, and if you can't do everything, that is literally fine. Similar to last year, I've been making Anki notes from the lectures. I have been doing less past med, but I will be getting on with that this Christmas holiday. Other than that, I really feel like, differently to last year, although I should have felt this last year, I feel like a lot of my learning was from placement directly. I feel like the teaching this year so far has been really good. In terms of sessions outside of placement, similar, you have academic weeks, you'll have CCT sessions with GPs, and that will be preceding each block, just like last year. We'll have clinical skill sessions, but a lot less. I think you only have 4 this year. So you'll learn about IV infusions and cannulation, wound care and airway management. I think those are the main 2, and then there might be 1 or 2 sessions outside of the university. You'll also have the usual PSM, PEL, good doctor, that sort of stuff. In terms of CCP, there are specific sessions for that in medicine D during palliative. I have not started OSCE prep as much as I should have. Similar to last year, you're going to have mocks and exams. The difference is this year, obviously, we cover neuro, so they can test us on cranial nerve exams, for example. The specialty taking histories that we didn't do last year, and any additional DOPS, of course. In terms of extra assignments, so obviously you've got your usual portfolio. You need to complete the minimum numbers at least to pass the portfolio of that placement, and it's ideal to get recommended. We'll have an assignment that I still don't know about yet. I think they will tell us in January. It is good doctor, but I've heard that it's not as bad as it is last year. To have a balance, I know a lot of people And I've spoken to a lot of people that leave their portfolio stuff to the last minute, which is fair enough because you feel really tired when you come back from placement and you can't be bothered or you have other commitments. I would really recommend just trying to force yourself to find that little bit of time just to write up your reflection, because often you may just forget what happened on that day, even if you have notes to make sense of it in your head. And I feel like it helps better with your learning, and it's less stress later on if you just do it as you go along. I feel like some people might be thinking that they need to know what specialty they want to go into this year. I'm still a bit scared. You will hear like of people, to be fair, I've heard people from younger years doing this, doing all sorts of research or publications, conferences. Take your time. I feel like if you don't know what you're doing yet, it doesn't mean you have to jump out and do all of that just because everyone else is. I think you're in university, this is your time to enjoy. You're not really going to get that time back. Unless you're absolutely certain what you want to do, then go for it, and if that's your passion and you enjoy it. But if you feel like it's making you miserable and upset and you're only doing it because other people are, don't. Maybe do things that maybe won't take up so much of your time. So if it's like a little prize or a competition that you're entering, go for it. Especially if it won't take you that long, and it could be something little that you can add onto your CV even if you fully don't know what you want to do. But if you do need advice and you do know what you're doing, obviously join the society for the specialty you want to do. If you do happen to have that placement this year, or you don't, pop into that specialty department, ask doctors, mention your name, put forward, ask if there's any research, ask any questions you want to. In terms of revision, I feel like I haven't really had time. Actually, I revised psychiatry and obs and gynae and peds as I went along. Surgery C, I feel like it's all in my head anyways, because you have so much teaching that is kind of grilled into your brain. Because surgery C is so intense, it's like 1 week after 1 week into a new specialty, into a new hospital. You don't have that time to quickly regenerate the knowledge. In terms of my free time, I feel like this year I just haven't been going to dance classes as much in general. I would say that I still think you get a reasonable amount of free time. It reminds me of third year so far. I don't think it is going to remind me of third year after Christmas, because it will get intense. There's a lot more content, and I'm seemingly not really revising enough third year content because there's just so much of fourth year to get through. So it is difficult in that way, but I don't think it's impossible. Anyways, I think that was quite short. I don't think there's much more to say about fourth year. I'm trying to think if I've forgotten anything. But if anyone does have any questions, my Instagram is xxxshivani xxx. I have had messages from a couple of people before, and it's really nice to see that people watch my videos and find them helpful or feel open to reach out to me. I will be making a video for fifth year as well. I keep saying I will make other content. I don't know what to make. I know I want to make content on other sort of medicine related stuff, but for now that is everything about fourth year. Thank you so much if you watched till the end. Bye.